Today you will see strange people in the autumn forest, perhaps an edible mushroom, and an app that can save your life. Autumn, early in the morning, the temperature slightly above zero, and it's drizzling. Most ordinary people in the world would stay in bed or turn on the heating, and being wrapped in a blanket, they would start watching their favorite movie. The Czechs, however, represent a complete exception in this regard. From the early morning hours, you can find a bunch of cars parked along almost all forests in the country as their owners are engaged in one of the most popular and unusual Czech customs, mushrooming. It is said that the Slavs were born with a basket in their hand, and Czechs right in it. All it takes is for the magical word "they are growing already" to be heard somewhere, and at that moment, thousands of people grab wicker baskets and knives and head into the woods, no matter the weather.
Už rostou a minimálně o 3 týdny dříve než obvykle.
Ano, je to tak. Na Pardubicku už začala houbařská sezóna a lidé si tam z lesa nosí dokonce i pravé hřiby.
A podle odborníků bude následující počasí houbám rozhodně přát.
Mushrooming is simply a Czech phenomenon. And here are 7 reasons why. Reason number 1. It's easy. In various countries of the world, fairly strict rules apply to mushroom hunting. For example, in Germany or Austria, you can only collect a certain amount of mushrooms. In Italy, you need a permit. And in many countries, you are not allowed to mushroom outside your own property at all. In the Czech Republic, however, you can go mushroom hunting anytime and almost anywhere. And importantly, if you are not an experienced mushroom picker, there are dozens of apps for mobile phones that can help you identify almost any mushroom. And it is no coincidence that the best one was developed by Czech authors. The app called Nahoby, or Go for Mushroom, is available for both Apple and Android. Reason number 2. It's free and you can earn money too. Mushroom hunting isn't just a hobby. It can also be an interesting source of income. Experts estimate that the Czechs bring in around 30,000 tons of mushrooms each year, totaling around $200 million. Of course, the prices for buying mushrooms vary depending on the season and the type of mushroom. For example, during the season, you can get approximately $5 to $7 per kilogram of porcini mushrooms. In the off-season, it can be triple that amount. If you know where they grow, a full basket can earn you $50 in no time. Reason number 3. Competitiveness. However, the vast majority of people in the Czech Republic do not mushroom for money. While in other countries, people boast about how many cars they have or how big their house is, Czechs have a completely different subject of competition. At work or in the pub, bragging about the amount of mushrooms one has picked is a regular topic. Reason number 4. Mushrooms in prime time. Do you think mushroom hunting is just about competing with colleagues at work or friends? Wrong. The Czech Republic is the only country in the world where mushrooms are regularly the subject of prime time news. Once the season starts, You can find frequent reports in the news about which area of the country the mushrooms are growing the most at a given time and who collected how much where. Mushroom pickers thus become celebrities, boasting about the largest mushrooms found. Czechs also have a large number of YouTube channels dedicated solely to mushroom hunting. We recommend, for example, checking out the channel Šumavská houbička, or in other words, mushroom from the Šumava forest. Link can be found in the description of the video. Reason number 5. Great meals. Mushrooms are not just trophies that mushroom pickers brag about wherever they come, but they are also a great ingredient from which many delicious dishes can be cooked. In ancient Roman times, mushrooms were considered a luxurious delicacy affordable only to the upper classes. However, in the history of Bohemia, mushrooms have been a cheap and accessible foodstuff. For many villagers during the past century, for example, mushrooms were the main source of nutrition for many months. That's also why mushrooms earned the nickname the meat of the poor. Every Czech knows plenty of recipes that utilize various types of mushrooms. Smaženice, which is a mix of fried mushrooms and eggs. Řízky z bedly, breaded mushrooms, also known as mushroom schnitzels. Mushrooms prepared like meat cuttings. Lišky na smetaně, foxes on cream. Chanterelles mushrooms in a creamy sauce. Reason number 6. Ideal natural conditions. The growth of mushrooms is greatly influenced by natural conditions such as moisture, the right habitat, altitude, and forest composition. The weather and sufficient humidity also play a role in whether the baskets will be full. In short, rainy weather alternating with warmth is ideal. According to mushroom experts, the conditions in the Czech Republic are ideal, perhaps even the best in the world. This is another factor why the Czechs are a nation of mushroom pickers. The mushroom season in Bohemia starts in late spring and ends in the onset of winter. Reason number 7. Tradition. Mushrooming has a long tradition in the Czech Republic. A man named František Smotlacha, born in 1884, particularly contributed to the promotion of mushrooms and the growing passion for mushroom hunting in the Czech Republic. He is described as the first mycologist, which means a scientist interested in mushrooms, who opened a free consultation office as early as 1909, where people would come to consult the edibility of mushrooms. Smotlacha himself is said to have carefully tested the edibility of 1,700 species of mushrooms, and surprisingly, he survived. It is also thanks to him that almost every Czech can list and usually recognize several types of mushrooms, while elsewhere in the world they have just one general word for all species, which is simply mushroom. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.